This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Alrighty, everybody's at home today. How you doing? Well, you're home by now, probably, right? I mean, come on, right? You got to be home, all right? Right. How many more times can I say right? Can I say right 70 more times? Hey, if you guys are bored in the chat right now, hit that like button because if you don't, babies will die. Major push reportedly planned for WWE Superstar. We're going to talk about the ratings real quick and a few other little things. Let's go. Tonight is it's Tuesday night throwdown. It used to be on Thursday nights. Now it's on Tuesday nights on my other channel, Corrupted Nation. So make sure you guys are subscribed over to Corrupted Nation because we'll be live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. If you don't know what that time that is for you, look it up. Figure it out, because I don't know. When you ask me, I don't know what the hell to tell you. Hey, I'm in Norway. What does that mean for me, Joe? Well, what am I going to go do the work for you? Look it up. Convert Norway to Boston, Massachusetts, Eastern Time. I don't know. I just gave you everything you need to know. 18 people will send me a message. What time does that mean for me? What the hell? What am I doing? Your homework? Anyway. 10 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., in 3 hours. A major push is planned for Vink, Brendan Vink. You would think if you were going to have a major push for a new guy, you would change his name from Brendan Vink. I mean, I don't know, man. Just the name, it just doesn't, Vink rhymes with dink. It just doesn't sound very good to me. Brendan Vink. I guess maybe people chant Vink, Vink. I know it sounds like Fink, Howard Finkel, rest in peace. Shane Thorne is his tag team partner. That sounds cool, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Shane Thorne. But ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Vink. Just doesn't really, I don't know, man. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know, Brendan Gibson, Brendan Thorne, Brendan Blade, how about Trevor Blade, anything is better than Vink. Anyway, he's been teaming with Shane Thorne, but apparently there's a big push underway for just Vink. We thought that there was a push underway for the whole tag team themselves. That's what we were kind of seeing here. But now it's being said that it's going to be maybe just for Vink. Saw a big article about this from Mark Middleton via Wrestling Inc., PW Insider. Vince's they're saying that Vince is loving this dude. Vink had recent main roster appearances. That's the beginning of trying to make him into a real star, they say. But whatever. Who cares? None of this ever works out anymore, especially when you plan to push somebody. It just never works out. Does it ever work out? I don't know. Well, whatever. I've been tweeting out that, hey, get some people on, and I'd love to interview them. And put them on the show. But nobody really wants. Booking guests is always a tough thing because if you went back at the last 8 years, you'd say, Joe, you've had a bunch of really big people on your show, to be honest. Recently, Cody Rhodes, Jim Ross, the list goes on and on. Ted DiBiase, Diamond Dallas Page, and just so many more. I think we've interviewed 50 people from the wrestling industry. We had Thunder Rosa on recently, too. We've had Adam Rose. We've had so many. Mike Bennett. The list just goes on. Vinny Marcellia. Just a lot of people we've had on the show. But if I had it my way, I would have somebody on every 2 weeks. Every week. I'd have a guest every week. And so, I'm going to really try to focus hard on getting back to that and booking more people, more wrestlers, and more anybody on the show that has to do with wrestling or sports. A lot of people asking me if I'll cover UFC. Of course, I'm going to be covering that big time. That's going to be a big thing this week, UFC, man, because I'll tell you what, we need more. We need to supplement some more stuff because without this way wrestling's been going, we got to get it going on, man. The ratings are just garbage. Unbelievable. The Monday Night Raw go-home show for Money in the Bank, yikes, down 7% from last week. This is the new lowest Raw viewership in history. Christmas Eve 2018 drew the previous low record. I'm sure everybody remembers that show where we talked about that. 1.775 million viewers. This week's show, the first hour, drew a 1.8. And unbelievably, the final hour drew a 1.5. 1.5 million people. 700,000 less, and they're at the AEW rating. AEW isn't going to catch WWE. WWE is going to catch AEW. I said that the other night on the Raw review, and man, it fits to be correct at this point as the ratings just come a-crashing down. Come crashing when it comes crashing down and the ratings die. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. You gotta take a look to the sky, wonder why the ratings die. I don't know. Anyway, tonight is, again, like we said, tonight is Throwdown. Tuesday night Throwdown. So I hope you guys come over to Corrupted Nation. But also Patreon, I want to shout out to Hail Metal Forever becoming a new $5 patron. Chad, Hey Yo Chico, Boston Supreme, and everybody else who's going into the $25 producer level. We're going to try to shout all you guys out tonight on Corrupted, my other YouTube channel, because it is Tuesday Throwdown. Tuesday night Throwdown. And we're going to throw down about a lot of shit. Let me just check W real quick because I feel like we got something else. Oh, yeah, Becky Lynch is, whatever the hell this is with Becky Lynch and her acting. I don't know, she's in a movie. She's going to be in a movie, a Marvel movie, whatever. Whatever. Who gives a shit? She can't act in the WWE. I don't know what moron, was like, I mean, she's hot. So I guess she could play backup girl number 3, tough girl guard number 3 or something. But it's like this. She is horrible in the WWE at acting for the most part. I mean, she's better looking than Alundra Blaze was. She has a little more personality than Alundra Blaze did in the WWE back in the day. Also known as Medusa in WCW. But Alundra Blaze in the ring, I'd take Alundra Blaze in the ring over Becky. Becky Lynch just kind of like stutter moves around the ring and just does everything half-ass. At least Alundra Blaze was agile and entertaining in that way when she wrestled. She sold and did the, man, Alundra Blaze was better than Becky Lynch. I got to tell you, man. I got to be honest about it. I got to. My allergies are coming up big time. Holy God. I'm trying to book wrestlers, promoters, anything. Also, if you have a talent, you do a website, you have a band, you want to talk, email me. You got a wrestler in mind you want on the show. If you know a wrestler, you are a wrestler. Famous B's probably listening right now. What's up, Famous B? Guy should be signed somewhere by now, but I am doing a new show, which is free on iTunes, and the bonus parts are on Patreon, and then so much other stuff on Patreon. So make sure you check that out. And if you want to be on, tell people, get people booked. I don't know, but like I said, it takes a while to get people on here, man. But eventually, we always get somebody. But it takes. I usually have an interview with somebody every 6 months, it feels like now. I just don't have the time I do, but I just don't have the patience is what it is to keep trying to play producer. I need a producer. I've seen other guys with YouTube channels and they literally get stars weekly. It's unbelievable. They'll get stars weekly on their show, and yet nobody will ever see it. They'll get 18 views, 50 views. Once in a while, they'll strike a good thing, and they'll get 800 views or 1,000 views. But pretty much nothing. And I think, man, they went out of their way to find this celebrity or wrestler or guest, and it's like, and then they interview them for an hour, and then like nobody watches it. And I always think to myself, that's crazy. Here I am here with, we would at least get 2,000 views, at least, on an interview with a wrestler that's popular or was popular. And honestly, probably would get more than that, because if you look at my interviews with wrestlers over the years, they draw usually 5,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 views, whatever it is. 8,000, 15,000. But these guys get guests all the time, and they get like 200 views, and it's a waste of time. So I never understand that. I've reached out to many of these people, and I go, I don't know how you do it, but you do a great job booking people on your show. Would you like to book for my show? Like, for instance, after you book someone on your show, pass them over to me, and I would pay you for it, if you could book people weekly. And I don't know why, but all these people go, oh, that sounds like an interesting thing. And then they never do it. They're always, it's like they're I don't know, like they don't want to do that. Or I'm like, could you book separately for me and I'll pay you for it? I was willing to pay people. And some of the people who said yes to this in the past to be a producer, they said yes to it, but then they never booked anybody. But yet, like I said, I've seen these channels with, 5,000 subscribers or less, and they're getting these big names on their shows, and nobody's watching these interviews. They're not tagging them right. They're not doing anything right with them at all. And I'm just shocked, man. I'm beside myself that that they would do it when it doesn't get any views, but also that when somebody says, "Hey, I'll pay you money to produce for my show," and they say no, or they basically say no. So I don't know, man. It's a weird world out there. I mean, maybe more people hate me than I understand. I don't know. But yeah, I think the last person we had on was Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa was great. She just had an issue with her car and all these things. But with my new Twitter, I haven't been able to talk to her because my old Twitter account is obviously banned, and I'm suspended from Twitter, and nobody knows that in the wrestling world. So whatever. But yeah, and then we had Cody Rhodes before that. So the people asking about interviews, yeah, that's where I'm at with them. Love to have more people on, but it takes a while to book them. But we have, like I said, had over about 50 wrestlers to actors and musicians on the show, and that's not bad. 50 in the past 8 years, but I don't really make a big effort to get them, so that's pretty cool. We could definitely have more if I tried harder with it, but I just get kind of like, ugh, I'm busy with other things. I ask people to come on several times, and if they don't, I start getting pissed about it. So I just can't do it. I need a producer, you know what I mean? Because I start getting mad. Then I start tweeting about Ryback, and then and then next thing you know, Ryback's calling me out in Instagram videos. Then the next thing you know, he's telling everybody that we were right, that his producer stole a bunch of money and wanted to take money from us. Unbelievable. I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show, and tonight is Throwdown on my other channel, Corrupted Nation. Subscribe over there for that. Also subscribe to Shame on News for other stuff. And speaking of other stuff, here's some other stuff popping up on your screen right now. Continue watching. You may have missed my videos from the last couple days because YouTube didn't alert you. So make sure you guys check back every day. Obviously, Monday night we're live after Raw. Tuesday night's Throwdown on Corrupted Nation. Wednesday night is AEW review. Thursday night is Out of Nowhere here, the podcast. And Friday night is Monetize This on Corrupted Nation now. And then Saturday night is Corrupted Podcast on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you to VenMax7. He became a $20 patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you for supporting what I do, VenMax, and for keeping my channel alive, man. I could use your help. But also you get 30 hours of bonus content a month, every month now when you're a patron like you are, and you're at the $10 VIP level, VenMax. Thank you. On my Patreon, we need you guys over there. Plus, you get all the alerts to all my videos. See you tonight. Continue watching these videos popping up on your screen if you like. We'll see you.